Here tine chibage chedu chatakadyara. Once again takashandisa manyowa. Hatina kuisa any fertilizer yekutenga iyi. Takashandisa zvese zvipano pamusha. Takatora manyowa takachera gomba redu zvanoita kupfumvudza. But this time takasanganisa our own experiment. Takationa kuti tikashandisa pfumvudza yeye makomba nespace yachona in a small area tinayo hatikwanisi kuita kurima chibage chakawanda. Asi katora small area and maximize on nutrients, maximize on watering, we can manage kuita chibage chakawanda in a small space. A 50 centimeter line takaisa about six plants. So the water divider takachidyara ichi 3 months ago, which goes back to end of September thereabouts. Yeah. So tadyara takaisa manyowa pekutanga, takaisa gore taisa manyowa akasiyana siyana. Patadyara patafushira. Tasakura kekutanga takatora murakwari mugomomo. Tobva taukava pamusoro as a mulch. Zvakatibatsira kucontrola kuti our soil harinambotinetsa panyaya iyoyo. So chibage chedu chakuita sei chakukura zvakanaka and hatina much management yachaita pachita kusaita sei chichingokura chega. Tinochidiridza apa nepapa kana tichida hedu asi pari zvino chaita sei chatosimba. Kazhinji at this stage tingaita tokuita sei tatochekera mombe for silage. Asi takati ngatichengetere chi tochengetera mbeu because takaona kuti it's a good performer in terms of bulk material nema nutrients anowanikwa nemombe dzedu. Type de hatina kushandisa chekutenga ndechemudura ichi inonzi 8 lines here, Acre King. It's an OPV. So this method takaona kuti izvo takaipa nickname about Israel because Israel they don't have much land like we have abundance kunoko. So they try and maximize everything in a small space. Going to find space, maximize the ivhu rese space yese kuti maita se ishandiswe zvakaningirika zvinokwanirana neurongwa hwedu.
Just to fill in on his experience, I think what you can see is that now we are promoting Pumfuza, but we are looking at the local context of the farmer. We need them to innovate and we come up with home-based grown solutions. So I think it is a good trial. We want to see how much is going to come out from this particular maize variety. And secondly, when you look at it now, there's been a promotion of the hybrid varieties, but we also need to preserve our local indigenous varieties like the Ikore King. Because when you look at it, even disease and pest tolerance, it is even better than compared to the hybrid varieties. So I think it is a very good variety. It's a good choice from the farmer to select a variety which is also suitable for him and can be passed from generation to generation. And one thing I would also want to comment from the farmer, I would want to understand is, he's saying he's got 6 plants in particular row. What is his potential yield from this particular plot? How much is he looking to harvest from this particular plot?
If you look at the Pumvudza method, you know the bucket how many? 16?
It's 16 by 39 from a 16 by 39 plot.
Yeah.
Do you want on 52?
So 52 plants per bucket. So if I look at 6 rows, can give me a bucket. But because of this, in terms of spaces, Panapa we can manage to even. I can safely want to look at maybe 2 to 3 tons. I'm sure we can get it here. Because these are now doing dual cobbing, and so I'm sure we can get 2 tons minimum in such a small space.
Yeah, I think we also talked about how you're managing your fertility in terms of the basal manure application. But what have you done to make sure that when the crop is ready, it right for size, it gets the top dressing?
Yes, so our top dressing is also coming from our farmyard manure, mainly from whatever we have. So the basal, after we did the basal, then at a certain stage we put in chicken manure. Then we came in with our slurry, which is the liquid fertilizer. We then irrigate every now and then. At every stage, when they started to tassel, when they started to bear fruit, that's the most of the time when they demand more nutrients. So that's when we manage to apply fertilizer at every stage.
Yeah, even when you look at the crop, it's very big, but when you look at it, it's still at the milk dosage, and there's potential for this crop to even expand and even grow even further. So when you look at it, even what to be removed from after harvesting the crops, they can also feed. They can also feed their livestock, or even compost it and make manure, which can also be integrated back into the cropping systems.
Yeah. Additionally, like the chief agronomist, Mr. Mabeka, said here, ordinarily, when you get your, like you're expecting how many tons? You said 3 tons?
Yeah, 2 to 3 tons.
2 to 3 tons. Maybe if you're on the conservative side, we talk of 2 tons. Ordinarily, when you get 2 tons grain, it also suggests you also have in your reserve 2 tons of this maize store. So we are highlighting to our farmers and say, harvesting does not end by getting your grain of 2 tons. It has to continue until you also make use of these 2 tons of stover remaining. That's where the component of integration comes in. Like him, as he has indicated, he says he wants to use this for stock feed for the poultry. But at the back of his mind, he also mentioned in his submission that he would have wanted to use this for silage. Now that he will take this to the chickens, the grain, and the stover that remains will also go into the feed formulation. So nothing will be left here. Everything is going to be harvested, including the stover.
Even if you would have removed the grain, you'd see that the cob remains, and also it is good for livestock feed. So that is the integration. You are not only going to get the grain, but everything is going to be utilized. The grain, the cob, and even the husks.
So in this farm, say, have you ever had problems with the wildfire?
Not really. It's because we are within the community, we are within a village, so we don't have any other.
Besides being in the community, besides being in the village, the chief assister, or what assists him more to have less wildfires, is integrated farming. When the fire hazard is high in the periods of August, September, July, thereabout, in here, there wouldn't be anything to burn because he would have harvested everything, the grain, including the stove. This stove will be stored somewhere. So in here, there won't be anything to burn. There will be no fuel. Even in the mountains there, you would have cut the grass for the bedding, so there won't be any fuel for that fire. So farmers, when you have veiled fires in your farm, indications are you have less livestock. If you had enough livestock, you should have been complaining of overgrazing. An overgrazed area does not have a problem of veiled fire.
You mentioned something about Murakwan or the stover too. The Murakwan. When you look at it, you are not only getting the benefit of conserving the moisture, it's also adding into the organic matter, and also it's smothering the weeds. So when you look at the mulch, that's why under Fumvudza we are promoting the use of mulch, because you're not only going to get the benefit of moisture conservation, but you're also going to make sure that your soil is rich in structure, and also thirdly, it also smothers your weeds. So the mulch also plays 3 critical roles: 1, moisture conservance; 2, enhancing your soil fertility; and thirdly, also enhancing the smothering of the weeds. And your weeds, there will be no chemical use, because I think the mulch is now coming into more smother the weeds. So that's the 3 benefits of mulching.